Good morning, Oceanside. Welcome to the grand opening of KOCT, the new KOCT, your Oceanside channel. Hi, I'm Tom Morrow of the North County Times, and what we're doing here this morning is giving you a peek on your television screens of what we have here at the expanded and renovated studios of Channel 17. Let's take a little stroll down through the hall here, and I'll give you a quick tour, and then later on throughout the morning we'll be going to individual areas of the station, and you'll get a bird's eye view of what's going on here at KOCT. Come on. We just passed the administrative offices of KOCT, and here are the editing rooms of KOCT. And on your, we have some of the state-of-the-art editing equipment. On my left, your right, is the cable casting room. What you're seeing right now is coming right from this room into your homes. We're walking down the Hall of Fame, so to speak. People who have been involved with KOCT over the years have their pictures up here on the walls, and this is all a community effort. Most of the people that you see involved at KOCT are volunteers, myself included. And we do this out of pride of the community and a love for bringing television to you here in Oceanside and at your homes. We're moving on into the main studio of KOCT. We have quite a crowd gathering, and we really encourage all of you to come down this morning, enjoy some refreshments and a quick tour of the studios. We have some fabulous facilities. We have some great personnel. We'll be happy to explain to you what's going on. And yes, it's sprinkling a little bit, but it isn't raining inside, so we would really encourage you to come in here to KOCT for a great tour of the facilities. Now, I want to introduce you to Tom Reeser, the Executive Director of KOCT, who's been here for about 10 years. Tom, this is a great turnout we're having here this morning.
It really is. I'm really excited about it. Even though the weather's a little rainy outside, people are still stopping by to check out the newly remodeled facility.
Well, you know, a lot of the questions I get from readers around the area, they want to know, well, why can't we get KOCT outside of Oceanside, and just what is KOCT?
We're unique, and I think a lot of the reasons that people are confused is that we're one of the few nonprofit community television stations in the country. There are other examples, but here in San Diego County, primarily television stations are usually affiliated with the cable companies, such as Daniels and Cox, or sometimes there are government access channels, such as the County of San Diego. We're not a public access station, although we provide public access services. We've chosen kind of a unique path. We call ourselves community television. We provide public access, government access, educational access, and rather than emphasizing training for people how to use cameras, we've concentrated on what the viewer wants, and that's community television. They want to see their son catching that touchdown at the football game. They want to see their daughter at a basketball game. They want to find out, such as the documentaries that you've done, what's Camp Pendleton all about? And so we've kind of chosen a unique path, and a lot of times that's why people don't quite understand. They think we're the cable company. They wonder why we can't be seen in Vista. The reason we can't is that we're created by volunteers here in Oceanside that wanted to see the city council meetings. And our funding comes from the city of Oceanside, who's been very supportive throughout the years. And we just go to the city limits of Oceanside. But increasingly, because North County is, you know, not geographically restricted. 30% of Oceanside kids, for example, go to Vista schools. I live in Oceanside. My kids go to Carlsbad. I shop at Vista places. So we're increasingly here at KOCT documenting the Tri-City area and gradually realizing that we're one larger community.
We're in the cable casting room of KOCT, and this is something that a lot of people don't know about, and quite frankly, I don't know all that much about it, but this is really the nerve center of the station. This is where all of the programming comes from. And this is Danforth France, one of the cablecasters. Danforth, what is a cablecaster?
Basically, it's the video equivalent of a disc jockey. You just put the shows on and push play.
So most of our programming, unless we're doing something live like Journalist Roundtable or Voice of Oceanside, it's on tape, and we put the various cassettes in the machines here.
Right, we can put it on timer, or we can do it manually.
And what is it you're doing here?
This is the computer that controls our bulletin board. We use a program called Scala, and we can put our program schedule or any PSAs on here. Right now we're showing the open house promos, and I can get it going here.
Now this is where various members of the community in organizations, community clubs, that sort of thing, if they want to get on the bulletin board or get their events, you're the one that puts this on the bulletin board, right?
Right, we type it in, and all you have to do is fax it to us or mail it to us, bring it in, and we'll put it on.
Fax number is 722-5849, right?
Correct.
Okay. I knew that, see. This is Steve Sagafas. He's our chief guru for the web, internet, and the cablecast room. Steve, what is it that your microphone isn't live, so I'm going to. Now, what is it that you do in this room?
I'm the cablecast coordinator, so I'm in charge of this whole operation here.
So if you make sure that the programming goes on schedule.
Yes, sir.
And you never goof it up, right?
No, sir. We do have sometimes we'll have technical difficulties. What we're trying to do right now is we're trying to increase programming to at least 18 hours a day. We've been running on average about 12 hours and split it with the bulletin board 12 hours, and our bulletin board's been split up from the City Council's bulletin board system and KOCT's bulletin board system, excuse me.
Well, now when you say 18 hours of programming, does that include bulletin boarding, or is that just
straight programming, sir? That's what we're going to try to do. We have some new decks. We're real excited about changing to the digital format, so hopefully we'll be able to air more programming, and maybe one day we'll go 24 hours programming and hit the bulletin board in between the shows.
Now, we can't always do this, but I know some people might not know that we're like the old radio stations. You do take requests on occasion.
Yes, sir, we do. We do requests when we could fit it in the schedule. In the past, we've had a set schedule from usually 4 p.m. on to 11. So anytime before then, we would air programming. But it's real easy to access us. Just call in 722-4433, and if you want to play a program and we don't have anything set in the schedule, we'll play it for you.
So if they wanted to see Journalist Roundtable at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and nothing's going on,
yes,
they could do that.
If we have the 1 hour slot to open, we'll do it, sir.
I wasn't trying to shill for my own show, but okay, Steve, thank you very much. I'm speaking with the founding mother of KOCT, Ida Bowditch. Ida, welcome. I'm glad you came by.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Well, I call you the founding mother because you sat and watched this station being built. In fact, you lost your garage space, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. I lost my granny apartment, and there was just a tabletop there and a few machines, and now this luxurious place. It's lovely.
Of course, we're talking about your late husband, Bob Bowditch, who it was his dream, and he put this thing together almost single-handedly, didn't he?
He did that. He conceived of the idea and gathered some local citizens together to form an advisory board, and they took off like a rocket.
It was his dream to provide community television for Oceanside and something for everyone, right?
That is correct, to give some hands-on experience to young people, and also to get the news of Oceanside out to citizens that possibly couldn't participate otherwise.
What do you think of these new facilities?
Oh, they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I'm sure Bob up there in heaven is saying, hey, I did that. We started that. And I know he's terribly proud of Tom Reeser. He kept saying to me at the last, he said, guess I chose the right man, didn't I?
Well, we're certainly glad that you took the time to come down here and visit with us this morning and see. And finally, we got a place for you to sit down when you come down here. So,
right. Well, I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's my pleasure, and I just think that all the young people here are doing a fine professional job, you included, and
well, thank you.
And it's moving along great.
Well, we're going to leave you now, Ida, and you go out and have some cookies and milk and or coffee or whatever, and mingle with some of the other folks.